Hey guys, Kris here.
And my name is Guillaume. Hope you're all doing great today. We are going to be answering some questions again.
Yep.
We've done it before.
It's Q&A number next.
Something?
Next.
The following one from the previous number you've seen on that channel.
It's one more than the last one. And the first question is from, well, it's not really a question, it's a statement, and it's a fun one. GameCat666. It's weird, most YouTube channels that predominantly use Fender swear they aren't really Les Paul guys, yet whenever I see them use a Les Paul, they seem to have an absolute blast. And I know exactly what you mean. I had the same experience with our buddy Mick from That Pedal Show, who is really not a Les Paul guy, and whenever he takes a Les Paul, he just sounds best, like insanely beautiful phrasing and everything, and he
sounds really good on the Les Paul.
He sounds really good, like if he was playing that kind of guitar all the time. So, yeah, we are mainly single chord players.
Yeah.
As you know, if you follow the channel. If you don't, now you know it. And that doesn't mean that we only play those guitars, obviously. I mean, you...
Absolutely not,
you play your...
I have a Les Paul.
P90 Les Paul.
It's still kind of a single chord guitar, but, you know.
Still, it's a Les Paul.
Yeah, no, I think you cannot misunderstand the fact that we have a certain comfort zone with certain guitars that is immediate.
Yeah.
Like if I pick up my Strat, I exactly know where I am. I'm home, I know how it's going to react with that kind of amp, that kind of drive. Same with you and your telly. It doesn't mean that we don't like any other guitar. Like at home, I play my Strat about as much as I play my telly or I play my Les Paul, and it's just different tools for different things. But it's true that if I had to pick the one guitar to be comfortable, it would be that one.
Exactly, and for obvious reasons. I mean, you choose a guitar as your main go-to guitar that works for the kind of styles and tones you usually prefer, right? So if you play less gain and play more rhythmic stuff, maybe you will stick to a single chord guitar, and then if someone asks like, okay, come over, there's a rehearsal or whatever it is, a video recording in our case, for this channel, and just bring a guitar. Well, which guitar will you bring? There is gonna be a guitar you take most of the time. And if it's a recording, if it's a live gig, whatever it is, you will take that guitar that you trust most, which is reliable, and which will give you the most amount of awesome tones for whatever style you want to use it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why we stick to our main guitars, but as you
said... It's always fun to play a Les Paul, and it's always fun to play telly, and it's, it's all jokes and...
Yeah. Well, no.
No. No, we actually do fight.
All right. Let's go deeper. We love this one. You guys talk too much. This came from Frapsoid. And then a reaction. Yeah, guitar salesman. They seem pretty full of themselves.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, which is hard to react to because, I mean, it's totally cool to have your opinion, whatever it is. And as long as it's not stupidly offensive and just aggressive for no reason,
we don't have any reason to,
Yeah, we're not, I don't know, crying, we're not angry. We'll maybe consider even finding out why you mean, like, okay, we do speak a lot every now and then. So you're right.
Yeah.
And yeah, we work for a huge guitar store, so it's fair to say, yeah, guitar salesman. Even though we are doing the opposite here sometimes, because whatever would be the most obvious thing to present on this channel is mostly not what we actually choose. And we get to choose the gear we use 80% of the time, at least.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we get so... I know this is going to sound weird considering the guitar that I'm holding right now. But I know we do get like a lot of comments. You get, oh, you guys are not using Harley Benton. You guys are not using Harley Benton, but your Thomann is like, why not? We always kind of circle back to that one.
Yeah.
But it's the thing, right? If we were salesmen and if we had to push products, we'd be pushing affordable guitars and just everything in a budget and try and push out as much as possible. Yeah. But no, we made a video with a 15,000 euro rig before doing a Les Paul shootout where I was playing a Murphy Lab Gibson that's, the price of a decent car. It's like...
That's not going to help sales because people don't randomly fall in love in a guitar that costs $1 gazillion on YouTube. I mean, maybe you do, but you don't necessarily just grab your MasterCard and just buy right away.
Go through with it,
It's not how it works. It's just fun. We are guitar players, and yes, we work for a guitar store, but we are still guitar players, and that's the only reason they gave us the jobs. Because they didn't want to have salesmen here. They wanted to have two dudes who sometimes play halfway decent and definitely have a good time and can connect to other guitar players. Because that's what this show is about.
Best description of my job I've ever heard.
Sometimes playing halfway decent.
And enjoy playing guitar and talking about it.
Well, that part is good, at least. It's really just about nerding out on stuff. And of course, Thomann is happy if you will then buy your stuff at Thomann. But it's not, it's not a rule. You don't have to be a customer to watch this channel.
Yeah.
It's just us trying to entertain you and ourselves as well.
Yeah. That's very. I don't have anything to add. This is very well put.
Well, then let's move on.
Appreciate it.
Let's do the other controversial.
Oh, we're tackling all the controversies.
Yeah.
Controversy. Oh, that's probably the one. Controversies. One of them. Where's the inflection? Please let us know. We'll answer that in the next Q&A.
In each section, they play different stuff on the same theme and play differently as I would expect for any two musicians. Is that a different tone? That seems to make the concept of tone empty and meaningless. Within each section, it still sounds like the same instrument through the same speakers and recording gear to me. Yeah, of course, it is. It is the same gear. And what you mean, like empty and meaningless, when we're talking about tone.
You know those questions where you kind of have to gather yourself before you start answering?
Yeah. Because I totally get what you mean, and you are also right, as much as you're not right, or me being right or not right about this. First thing that I want to put out, and then I'll leave it, give it over, because I will also have to gather my thoughts.
I can use an extra minute.
Tone is obviously not literally in the fingers. So if anyone is complaining about this expression, of course it's not like literal. It's not in there. Tone is in the fingers obviously means, I mean, we didn't even address this because it's so obvious what it means, but apparently some people get really annoyed by this, expression.
Like the actual phrasing of it.
The phrasing of it, yeah. And it means that the player counts. Whether you want to call it tone is in the brain, in the heart, in the soul, in the muscles, in the fingers, whatever, the player has a big impact on the tone you get out of your rig. That's all we meant. And whoever disagrees on this one, I don't know how you would explain that all those famous...
I'm going to try.
Yeah. Say the Les Paul thing, what you meant. That's awesome.
Yeah. The thing is, you can agree or disagree with the phrasing of it. The analysis of it is wrong. I'm going to tell you why. The thing is, when we speak about tone, we don't speak about sound. Like there's certain sonic properties to that guitar being plugged into that pedal and that amp. And that's going to be a constant, right? You're going to have that amount of this frequency and same every time. So that's in the gear. You don't get to choose that.
Yep.
All right, that's set. Now.
Now.
Can you imagine if every guitar player who was playing a Les Paul through a Marshall sounded the same? Can you legitimately tell me and honestly tell me that you will confuse Joe Perry with Slash because they play a Les Paul into a Marshall? No, you will not. If Slash is playing, you know that's Slash playing. Why? Because you can hear the player's personality through the sound because of the way he plays, and call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is what the expression means.
We were talking about Andy Timmons in the video, right? Inspiring us and whatever. We
did play
use,
some. You played
one
some
of his
Andy Timmons, yeah.
And if I think about Andy Timmons and I really go crazy on a solo or a lick, I listen from him. I don't say like, I want to sound like this Ibanez blah blah model into that Mesa blah blah amp. I don't, because I know that if I'd have his guitar plugged into his amp, I would not sound like him at all unless I really tried hard, and even then I would be just a really, really poor copy of him.
Yeah.
When I'm really crazy about a guitar player's tone, what I'm actually crazy about is his playing and not only his rig. Obviously, rig counts. That's why I'm also really picky about what I play, what I choose, and what I buy. But essentially, it's about the phrasing and about the music and about their creativity. And that's all that this phrase means.
Yeah.
And just to finish it up, the ghost answered to someone who also
The
was
ghost or
angry
the
about
goat?
the ghost.
The ghost, not the goat.
Yeah. Yes, tone is in the fingers only if you live on flat Earth with fairies and unicorns.
That's it. This is Thomann.
That's it.
Come and visit. It's flat and we have unicorns. You know, why wouldn't you come by?
Moving on. Next one is from Tomek Kosiada. Guys, you surprised me today. Very. All sounds are so rich. Everyone chose a different territory, and we could see and hear a wide range. That was tasty. He's talking about the ultimate Les Paul tone challenge. Like, who has the better Les Paul tone?
Oh, right.
Remember the crank plexi and pedal solutions and everything.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Tomek. Moving on. If you don't mind, I can suggest another subject. Two people, two different guitars, and two different solid-state amps. So we're talking about a solid-state video. Okay. Everyone will show his own conception for a clean and dirty channel, how to get it. What we have, Boss Nextone, Orange Crush 60, and others. What do you think? Okay, my first question goes way back.
There's a lot
like,
on back.
What is even a solid state amp nowadays? Because the Nextone is not purely solid state.
Oh, it's modeling.
No, it's a bit of a mixture of things. Like it probably has like a solid state power amp, but it's a lot going on in the amp.
Yeah.
But like the Orange Crush 60 is an actual solid state amp, just like some Marshall entry-level amps and such. But what would you call a solid state amp even? Like, does it really have to be like absolutely 100% analog, no modeling? Because then most of the Boss and Roland amps are like out, except for the jazz chorus. So it's like...
Yeah.
First question. Would you guys be interested in any sort of a solid state or smaller affordable amps shootout? Because that might be interesting. But second is like, and that's my issue with this subject, what do we choose? Like, what do we go for? Do we go for like really affordable stuff like the Crush series, the Orange Crush, which is really, really affordable compared to, let's say, a Nextone or like the
MG, like
cubes
and what's the Marshall MG15
or
MG?
Yeah, that's also a very affordable series.
But isn't that also modeling?
No, the MG is not.
No, I know because you don't get that. You don't have all the different. But isn't it modeled after?
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Right. Like
okay.
I was looking at the BE Mini there.
Yeah.
Like this is a solid state amp.
Yeah.
Isn't it modeled after the BE 100? Like, isn't it modeling in that way? I don't know.
It depends on how you understand the
term
term
do we draw the
modeling.
line?
The way I see it is just,
ground.
if I want something that sounds great at home, really quiet, I just choose whatever technology gives me the best sound. It could be a plugin, whatever it takes to give me, inspiration. So let us know what kind of restrictions you guys would want and if you want the video at all.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. And the last one is from Only Guitar. It's actually a question, believe it or not. We can answer something. This came under the All the Sounds with a Tally video. Awesome videos. Kris, can you sometime go over what you use after the amp microphone? Meaning recording software and any software effects, mixing, EQ, etc. Whenever I mic an amp, my sound is very dark no matter where the microphone is placed. That's strange. Even with good tube amps, Twin Reverb, Vox, AC30. I might ask Timo, who's up there, what you could do about your sound, but I can tell already what we are using. So we have the mics, they're sometimes on cam, sometimes not. Yeah. It's a Sennheiser 906, which is a dynamic mic, and it's a very nice all-rounder, great for guitar amps. And we have a ribbon from Voodoo
Electronic,
SE Electronic. It's the Voodoo, the active one.
Nice,
the VR2. It's an active ribbon mic.
Lucky I was there.
Well, there was a Voodoo in there somewhere. I remember that one. Yeah, so 2 mics to have the low end, the roundness, and also the sparkle and the top and everything from the dynamics. So that works well almost every time.
Yeah.
Then we go into the Universal Audio Apollo interface, and that goes into a MacBook, which records everything. We're using Studio One, DAW, and then the effects and the mix. We don't overdo anything. We're talking about very subtle EQing. We're basically trying to avoid the recording sounding very different than what we experience in the room. So we have a room mic as well. We mix in as much of that as necessary to avoid sounding too dry and too close mic.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not even necessary. We just try to recreate whatever is happening right now in the room. And for that, we use subtle compression, subtle EQs, no reverbs and effects in the mix at all, like nothing at all. Everything that's like effect related is on the effects board, like the pedal board in the room. And that's pretty much it. Is that correct, Timo?
Yay!
2 thumbs up. So yeah, just very subtle low cuts and subtle mid-frequency changes if something sounds off on the recording, which sometimes happens. So you have to sort of correct that. And there's a room mic. I think I mentioned it. Yeah, we have a room mic, which we mix in as much as necessary depending on.
Do you want us to say the name?
I just didn't hear that you mentioned.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
I did.
Yeah, we did. Please pay attention.
Anything else? Yeah, okay. Back on camera. Oh yeah, and Timu, do you have any advice for only guitar? Why his sound is always dull wherever the mic is placed and he has good amps? Because I'm clueless. Could it be impedance somewhere, preamp issue?
There might be multiple reasons
Yeah.
for this.
And that's my problem too. I'm not enough deep in the subject to give you all the possibilities, but as Timo also says, there are so many reasons that could be messy and mess with your tone.
If it sounds dull everywhere, even when it's like dead center on the speaker, it might be the mic.
Yeah.
Because like...
Whatever the mic is, not sure, it could be anything, but try it with your voice.
Yeah.
And if your voice sounds very off too, then it's gonna be the cable quality, maybe the mic, the preamp or the interface, the preamp in the interface, whatever it is. It could have so many reasons, but I could not tell like that's the reason. And if you switch that, button, then it's gonna be perfect. Can depend on all these things we mentioned. So good luck and let us know if you manage to solve it.
All right, well, you guys, thank you very much for those comments, for those questions. Keep putting them under this video, under every other video. We check all the videos. We're in every comment section.
We're everywhere.
If you've got any more, if you need more information about how we work, what we do, if you've got cool recommendations for new formats or new ideas, let us know.
Yeah.
Please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out when we do cover your video.
Which will happen eventually.
It will happen.
Yep.
It will happen. We'll do it.
Meet you down there in the comment section. See you next week, next day, tomorrow, yesterday, whenever you are ready. We are. Bye.